Hey everyone, what's up? Over the past several hours, a lot of people have been talking about and giving their opinions on the Nintendo Switch, which was formerly first known as the Nintendo NX. Now, pretty much Nintendo revealed exactly what we all pretty much were talking about, being informed about, hinted at about, and that is that the Nintendo Switch, formerly the NX, is indeed a hybrid console. And what I mean by a hybrid console, and a unique one at that, is it's a home console, but it's also a portable console. Now, when people look at the pictures of the Nintendo NX, one of the first things they will notice is the bulkiness of the home. It's kind of like the bulkiness of what is essentially a docking station for the portable screen, for the tablet, if you will, for the portable version of the Switch. Well, there's a reason for that, because it is indeed a docking station. Basically, that docking station where you put the tablet into play your games on your regular HD television, that basically serves two functions. One, to provide a TV output like a regular console would to your HD TV or your 4K TV. Or even if you have some kind of adapter or switch converter to your regular TV. If you, like, say, you have some kind of converter, like an HDMI to AV converter or something like that. That is one of its main functions. The other main function is to charge the tablet itself. That's right. That is the main reasoning for basically the bulky version, the home console half of the Nintendo Switch, and that is to primarily charge the portable version, which is being the selling point of this new console. So basically that's what the doc, from what I'm understanding, from what TheVerge.com has said, has reported is the reasoning. In fact, they even say that a representative from Nintendo told IGN that, quote, the main unit of the Nintendo Switch is the unit that has the has the LCD screen, which the two Joy-Con controllers can be attached to and detached from. The main function of the Nintendo Switch dock is to provide an output to the TV, as well as charging and providing power to the system. So in other words, basically, it's like a regular Nintendo console. The only difference is you're not putting a disc or a cartridge into it. You're putting a freaking tablet into it that allows it to transfer its signal to your television while it's plugged in, but at the same time charge your tablet while you're playing it or you're not playing it. So that's a unique function in a sense, and that's something that a lot of third-party companies, and even straight up, and even the companies themselves, the manufacturers themselves, like Sony and Microsoft, do for a lot of their controllers. They end up creating or licensing out the rights to these third-party people to create docking stations so you can charge your controllers or your portable systems, like your PSP or your Nintendo 3DS or whatever. They do that. That's basically what this is. It's kind of like like with me. I have my DS right now plugged in and charged. Well, guess what? I can play my 3DS, not my 3DS, but my Nintendo DS while it's plugged in and it's completely charged. That's basically what's happening here. They're allowing you to play not just your game on the go, which, like I said, is the selling point, but they're allowing you to play it while you're charging your portable version, your portable half of the Nintendo Switch. Now, the unique part about this is when you don't want to play, is like if you have to go somewhere, either on a trip, like to a relative's, or you're going on vacation for a little bit. I don't know how this would work work with the again, I don't know how this would work unless you take the docking station with you. But again, I don't know. That's the only option I would think of. But basically, selling point, like I said, is the portable half of this, because what they showcase here is is that you could sit down and you can play it like a regular console, like with a regular controller. Well, the first controller they show is the one that has the Nintendo the Nintendo Switch right down the middle, with two little, it looks like green buttons, two little green LED lights right next to it on both sides of that middle portion of the controller. And the reason they show that is because what you can do when you want to take your game on the go is you can detach the two sides of the controller, which are basically similar in design. The only difference is, one side has the A, B, Y, X buttons, and the other has directional buttons, but they work the same. So basically, you take one half. So basically, you take both halves, you detach them, as you'll probably see in some of the screen grabs that I got, to go over to the tablet, to the portable portion, or the portable half of the Switch, and you basically put them on both sides of the tablet, and you use them to not only lift up the console out of the docking station, out of the home console half of the Switch, but you use them to continue playing your game as if you never left. Basically, you continue almost seamlessly without interruption. The only interruption is the screen, is that what you're playing on your television will transfer onto the LCD screen of the tablet, on the tablet portion of the Nintendo Switch. Now, another thing about this is, along with the controllers, is you can also use them, as if you're using, let's say, the PlayStation Move controllers, or even the Wii controllers, the Wii or Wii U controllers as well. Basically what it is there's a part, I don't know if I have it up here, but there's a part where they show a guy on a plane, and he detaches both controllers from the side of the tablet, which also has a kickstand, which a lot of people like because not many tablets have a kickstand, so that's a first. So as he puts it on a table tray, or on a tray while he's on the plane, he detaches both controllers from each side of the tablet, and then he plays it like it's a regular console, but it's sitting. But the difference is it's sitting on a table or on a tray, while he's sitting on a plane, or he's sitting in his seat flying in the air on a plane. And the other thing, he has headphones. It has a headphone jack that you can actually put your own headphones in, so that you can get immersed into the game there as well. So yeah, he basically detaches both controllers from both sides of the tablet, and uses them like regular controllers, like the Wii U controllers or PlayStation Move controllers. But the other function is you can use them as if they're regular Nintendo controllers, like regular controllers, and you can share them as well. You can pass them along and share them with friends. They showed a couple of friends in a car playing Mario Kart. It looks like Mario Kart Double Dash or something like that. I don't know. They were holding the controllers sideways. So by holding the controllers sideways, it shows that you can play games using the controllers two different ways. Either like a Wii U, like a Wii controller and nunchuck, or a PlayStation Move controller, or like a regular controller by turning it sideways, which goes back to me mentioning how even though one controller has the directional buttons and the other has A, B, Y, and X, they still work the same. Now, the other thing that they showed off is the potential of wireless communication. Because they showed a lot of people playing games like, one game, games like NBA 2K17 and Splatoon. They were showing multiple people playing that on multiple Nintendo Switch tablets. So they showed that. So it shows you it's got wireless capability, so you can play online with your friends without any kind of wires or anything connecting each tablet. You don't have to worry about a tablet, or you don't have to worry about connecting one wire from one tablet to the other. It's just wireless connectivity, which I do believe answers the question of whether or not this is going to have internet capabilities. It definitely will, because how can you play a game like, let's say, 2K17, NBA 2K17 on two different Nintendo Switch tablets if you didn't have some kind of wireless capability? So that's what's interesting there. So that's a cool feature there, and that does, in my opinion, indicate that there will be internet available, Wi-Fi internet and internet LAN cable availability for this system. And when I'm talking about LAN cable availability, I'm talking about the fact that when you have the tablet connected to the dock and it's charging, you'll be able to they didn't show this, but I'm almost guaranteed this is going to be part of it. You'll be able to directly connect a LAN cable probably to the back of the dock so that you can get internet access and online capabilities through that. Again, we didn't see that portion. They were just showing off the strengths of what you can get with the Switch, basically how sociable it is to have around, basically how it brings everybody, families, friends together. And to me, that's a core strength. That's a good strength. That's a core strength that you want to show off. But like I said, even though we didn't see everything that this system is capable of, I do believe you're going to have Wi-Fi. You're going to have Wi-Fi. There's no doubt about it. But you're also going to have, due to it also being part home console with the dock system that provides the TV output signal for you to play the game on your television, as well as charge your portable, as well as charge the tablet. I also believe that's going to have incorporated into it. It's going to have an Ethernet port on the back of it or on the side somewhere. It's going to have something that's going to allow you to connect a direct cable line or Ethernet cable onto it, so you don't have to worry about losing any kind of signal due to multiple Wi-Fi signals or something like that. You don't have to worry about the strength going up or down. You'll just get a straight up signal. I do believe we're going to find that. I do believe that's a feature that is there. We just haven't seen it yet. It wasn't shown. Basically, what this trailer did was show off the strengths, like I said, and the capabilities. Basically, it showed off the strength and capabilities that this system is going to offer. Mainly, the selling point for it is it's a hybrid console that you can play at home and on the go. So I do like that. And surprisingly, it's coming out around March next year. I don't know if it's around my sister's birthday or not, but I do know this: depending on the price range, Nintendo's always pretty good at making sure the portable consoles at launch, the portable or home consoles at launch are pretty affordable, unlike Sony and Microsoft. So if I'm Nintendo, I make sure that this system, my guessing point on the launch price, the launch retail price for the Switch, my guessing point on it, if I was to make a guesstimation of a launch price, I'd have to say maybe about 300 to maybe $400 at best between the two. I'm either legitimately, I would say maybe 349, basically about 350 if you want to look realistically. But if they come up with special bundles and all that, I think the most expensive I think the most you'll pay for it is about $400. But I'm looking between 3 to 4 as a launch price range, as a launch price for the Nintendo Switch. That's what I'm guessing would be the launch price for this system between that price range. Now, as far as games go, we saw that basically the games are going to be like on what looks like SD cards, maybe, or SD style like cards or cartridges, similar to maybe the 3DS games or the DS games or DSi games, which, some people are questioning whether or not it might be backwards compatible with 3DS games or DS games. We don't know yet. And some are even wondering, even with that, if they're still going to be digital. Well, they'll still be digital. There's no doubt about it. But as far as the games go, I like the fact that they're going to be they're going to be kind of back on cartridges, more or less. But not in the. But I'm happy about that. I'm kind of happy the Nintendo's going back to sort of what put them on the map, and that's cartridge-based games, but more in a modernized, updated look with sort of the, like I said, SD card style cartridge, or the 3DS style like cartridge, because it looks like it's a little thicker on top, maybe a little thicker on the sides. I'm not really sure. But the one thing I do worry about with this is, as small as these games are, small as they look, small as these cartridges, these cards are, what I worry about is people losing them. That's what I worry about. I worry about people possibly losing these games. And that could be hard, and that could be bad. So Nintendo's either going to come up with a solution to where people are going to be able to keep track of their games, not lose them. Or if I'm Nintendo with this new system, I take a page out of Microsoft and Sony's playbook, and I allow the capability to use some kind of cloud system, maybe straight into the portable system. I'm not really sure. Either as part of the internal hard drive or part of a cloud drive, I allow people to download or install or download the game into the system. So just in case they may lose the cartridge, the system will be in the game already, either via hard drive or cloud drive. That's what I think Nintendo should do, just in case, somebody, might lose the game. Because these games, looking at my Sonic Classic collection right now, and as long as you have the box for it, it's not hard to lose. But if you don't have the box for it, then you gotta have something that contains it, like a containing unit, like a storage unit, something like a containing unit or a storage unit. You gotta have something like that. But I believe what Nintendo should do, this is my honest opinion, the one thing I think Nintendo should, like I said, is hopefully announce that they will allow people to download their games onto the system through a hard drive or a cloud drive, so that just in case they lose their game cartridge, they'll still have the game right there online, and they won't have to worry about it or worry about losing it. So like I said, they won't end up losing it or anything. But really, that's what I think they should do, because let's be honest. I'm sure a lot of people have lost some of their 3DS games or DS games, and they're like, okay, what do I do? How do I play my game again? They'd have to go and either buy a used copy, or they'd have to buy something. They'd have to buy something else. You know what I'm saying? They basically would have to get a replacement, and I don't think they need to do that. And I don't think they should do that. I think Nintendo should provide a way for them to still have their game even if they lose the cartridge. So hopefully they might announce that as part of the Nintendo Switch. Now, like a lot of people have said, and I'm only saying that because of the fact that it seems that the games are going to be on smaller cartridges, basically maybe a little bit smaller in size compared to a 3DS game, and they could be easier to lose. I'm not saying that's the case, so let's just hope Nintendo finds a way to solve that solution before it becomes a problem, because that's one thing people will point out and say, "Hey, how do we keep track of our games if they're going to be like this small?" You know, and then that's going to be another selling point for Nintendo too. What is the price range for the games? Seeing as though those are going to essentially be smaller game, smaller. Basically, they're going to be. Basically, what is the price range going to be for these games? That again, that's one thing a lot of people want to know is what is the price range going to be for these games? Are these games going to range around the regular price range that they have now, which could be $59, $49? Later, is that going to be the strength of? Is that going to be the price range for them? Like I said, you got to wonder about that price range of whether or not they're going to be around the price range of what you have games now when they come out, like 59 to basically around $60, $50. Are they going to stay there, or are they going to lower because the game cartridges are smaller? They're basically 3DS like, if not smaller. But are they going to charge for that much just for a little cartridge game? Makes you wonder. My guesstimation on the price range there, I believe, would be more around what you pay basically for a regular 3DS game. So I would say basically around $30 to $50 at most. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's one thing I hopefully will get addressed, like what is the price range going to be and everything. I think another thing a lot of people have a question is, is this just going to be a system for gaming, or is it going to be more? Now, the trailer just showed nothing more than, its capability of playing games. But let's be honest, we all know that since it's a tablet, Nintendo is going to probably know that a lot of people are going to expect tablet-like accessory or capability with this system. So Nintendo is going to probably figure out that, okay, this is part tablet, so we need to basically treat it equally as such as we do as it's just being treated as a video game console. So basically, I think they're going to probably announce in the future, as we get closer to its launch date, or its launch month, it's going to basically announce that it's going to, as I said earlier, going to have wireless Wi-Fi capability as well as Ethernet, LAN capability, courtesy of the dock. I got that feeling that's going to be announced. And they're also going to announce that you can download through the eShop, because I know they're going to have that. You can download free apps, which you're going to probably get a multitude of free apps like Facebook, YouTube, Netflix, Hulu. You're going to get all those established, apps that you have right now on your iPads or Androids or even your PS4s or whatever. You're going to get those, on this system. You're going to get this courtesy of the system as well. They just haven't announced that yet. But you're going to get it. I almost guarantee that. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. So expect that to be announced soon. And I've got a feeling, like I said, it's going to be announced before the launch date. Nintendo's going to have another Nintendo Direct thing coming probably within the next few months, probably in time for the holidays, and we might get more ideas of what this Nintendo Switch is about, and that may be where we find out more about its power, like it's how many hours of gaming will it give you on the go after it's been charged up by the dock. the home console slash dock portion, I should say, of it. How many hours of gaming does it give you on the go? Does it give you 10 hours? Does it give you a whole day's worth? Does it give you a week's worth? A couple days worth? That's what we need to know. That's what we need to know. So hopefully they answer that question very, very soon. Next Nintendo Direct. Another thing a lot of people are wondering about is the specs. How powerful is it going to be? People have done guesstimations of how they believe it's going to, how powerful they believe it might be. And to me, I look at the fact that it's coming out in 2017. It's coming out at a time where one of the main selling points for television and even portable devices is 4K resolution. So I believe in my heart, I believe in my heart that what we're going to get here is a 4K resolution with this system. That's what we're going to get. It's hot. The resolution that it's going to go to is 4K. They haven't announced it yet, but that's one of the specs I believe as far as resolution. The highest it's going to go is 2160p, which is 4K Ultra HD. I know that's going to be announced, and again, we might get more ideas of how powerful the system is when it comes to, charging your tablet and how long that charge gives you for gaming on the go. So I expect that to be announced. I expect several games, maybe the ones we saw, to be announced as launch titles, like NBA 2K17. I expect the new Mario game to be a launch title. I expect the new Zelda game to be a launch title. I expect Skyrim to be a launch title, and maybe some other ones as well. Here's what I also expect. Capcom is listed as one of the partners, right? I expect Capcom to probably bring out Street Fighter V on that system. I guarantee it. They're either going to bring out they're either going to arrange it to where Street Fighter V becomes a PlayStation and Nintendo Switch exclusive, or I see them bringing out a new Mega Man game in time for the Switch as a launch title. So I expect several of those things to happen. I expect, of course, them to launch a Switch Sports, if you will, another Wii Sports-like compilation game. I expect that to come out probably around launch as well. But like I said, all we got with this trailer is basically what this system is capable of doing at home and on the go. Basically, like I said, it allows you to play your game at home, and then when you got to be on the go, you basically detach the two parts. You detach basically both parts from the main controller. You slide those two parts on the side of the portable tablet. You lift up the tablet, and then you play it on the go, as if you never left the game. So I like that. I like the fact that you can use those controllers. I like the fact that you can even detach the controllers from the tablet and play it, and still be able to play the games with them, as if you're playing a Wii U or using like you're playing a game using the Wii motion controllers or the PlayStation Move controllers. I like that. I do love that part. And I like the fact that they're also going to either include with it, or separately, you're going to have to get this, a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, so that if you don't want to deal with that whole awkwardness of, but many are considering a bulky controller, because of the fact that basically the controller is shaped bottom-wise like a Pro controller, but the top is all squared up because, you got the detachable controllers. So I like they give you that option there. And I do like the fact that you can use the controllers, similar to what you use a Wii remote like. Either, up and, like a regular motion controller or a regular controller as well. So I do enjoy that aspect of it. And I like the fact that you are going to have wireless compatibility, which does, in my opinion, tell you you're going to get Wi-Fi internet connection there. So I like that. So overall, I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing here. Again, I do believe as we get closer to launch, we're going to find out more spec-wise, like what the resolution is, which I believe is going to be 4K. It's going to be the highest resolution you get. I believe we're going to find out about many free apps and applications you can get through the Nintendo eShop, like Facebook, YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Twitter, all the established apps that you're used to. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get them through here, as well as free apps through the Nintendo eShop. I believe that's going to happen. That's going to be announced. And then I think the biggest burning question a lot of people have is the charging time. Like when it's fully charged, after the dock's fully charged your tablet portion of the Nintendo Switch, how much gaming life does it give? Does it give 24 hours, 12 hours? Does it give a couple of days, maybe a week? We'll find out. And I believe we're going to find out in the next couple months with the next Nintendo Direct. I truly believe that. But overall, I know this is going too long, and I know some of you might complain about that. But overall, I'm thrilled about this. I'm really happy about this. And like I said, my guesstimation for a launch price when it comes out in March is around $300 to $400, maybe legitimately more so $350, $349.99 if you catch my drift when it comes out. So between $300 to $400, more legitimately and realistically, I would say around $349.99, basically about $350. That's what I believe it's going to cost at launch when it comes out. So that's not bad as far as I'm concerned price-wise. So I might get my hands on one down the line as well. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But overall, I'm really digging this announcement. And, as far as the games, like I said, price range on them, I believe it's going to be between $30 to $50 on those because of small 3DS size games. And hopefully Nintendo, when the next Direct comes out, they'll make an announcement assuring people that when they play their system, that if they lose that just in case they might lose the cartridge portion of the game, that they can install and download into a hard drive on the portable system, or even in a cloud drive, they can download the game so they don't worry about losing it, and they'll always have it there. So hopefully they'll announce that too, just to, I would say, put people's minds at ease that worry about that. So overall, I'm happy about it, and hopefully Nintendo's hit a home run, hit a grand slam with this, and we'll just see if it's going to be what Nintendo needs to regain its throne as the king of game consoles, or the king of gaming. And that's all I'm going to say. Let me know what you guys think down below. As the description says, take your time listening to this, and I will talk to you all later.